All right, it's time for my very first unboxing video, but instead of like most people, they have a box of something that they just ordered from Amazon and they open it up. I'm opening a box of stuff that I threw into a box before I left for Florida, and I'm going to see exactly what I brought with me. This box says vinyl on it, and I'm not quite sure what I brought. I know I left some stuff behind. I know I sold some stuff, but I got some cool stuff in here as well. So I'm going to open this box and we'll go through some of the stuff that's in here. A lot of it are regular albums, but some of them are pretty special. Start with this one right here. I don't know if you can see that. This is a Kiss Love Gun original album, and if you look closely on it, you can see it's autographed by Mr. Peter Criss himself. I got that signed in 1994 in Chicago. Great copy of Love Gun, signed by Peter Criss. Moving on to this one. 1993, I believe, was the year, maybe 1994. This is the Ace Frehley solo album from 1978. Looking closely on his chin there, you can see it's autographed by Ace. That was done in 1993 or 1994 in St. Paul, Minnesota at one of his shows. My good friend Todd Silverstone was doing a gig with Ace, and he invited us out there. We got to sit in on the sound check, which was incredible, and Ace signed this album and a few other things for me. There might be a treat inside as well that is signed by Ace. No, not in this one. I've got them somewhere. Let's see what's up next. A beautiful copy of Kiss Alive 2, my favorite live Kiss album. You can't go wrong with Kiss Alive, and I'll never argue anybody on the point. But Kiss Alive 2 is the one nearest and dearest to my heart. It's the first 8-track I ever owned. I owned one of them that was given to me by my sister. This is my most pristine copy of the album. It's got both records in it. It's got the tattoos. It's got the book inside of it. Great Alive 2. This I brought with for some reason. I just love the album so much. It's underrated musically in my opinion. It's Gene's solo album, and this is actually just the cover. This one's not signed. Here's another very good copy of Kiss Love Gun. What's next here? Ooh, a spectacular one. This is Elvis sings hits from his movies. Very cool album right there. Moving on to one of my first albums I ever saw in my life. And I'm happy to own this very good copy of Elvis. Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. See all the other nations that were involved in the broadcast. Different languages on the back. Very cool album right there. Love me some King of Rock and Roll. Okay, here's another autographed Ace Frehley album with the goodies in it from the show. This is the advertisement from Ace Frehley and Strutter, signed by Ace. He signed that for me at the sound check that day. These are the actual tickets from the show, and these are about the coolest concert tickets I've ever seen. Again, I have to thank Todd Silverstone for these. These are large tickets of Ace. Got a couple of them. His band was called Fast Train. What a day that was, and what a night. And here is the autographed album, a little darker autograph on the chin there. Very cool. And for some reason I have the book from Kiss Alive stuffed down in the plastic with that one. So you're never going to know what you're going to find when you get into these old albums. And I can already smell the old album smell out of this box, and I'm loving that as well. This is just a bag of goodies. Like the Kiss Alive songbook is in there again. The originals book. I think these were all extras that I got over the years and put them in here. There's an extra sticker from Rock and Roll Over of the cover artwork. And here's a cool little UP bonus. It's a 45 of Notorious. You've probably seen them. That's my buddy Todd right there. Todd Silverstone. He now plays in the band Oz. They're a great band too. No record in here, just all that cool stuff. Here's a great copy, still in the plastic, but the side of the plastic is cut open. It's Creatures of the Night. This is, I believe, one of the original releases. Great one. Great to have the plastic still on that one. Moving ahead a couple years to Kiss Asylum from 1985, still plastic on that one, but again, I always open my records. I don't leave anything sealed. I don't know, there might be some sealed ones in here, but I like to open the records and take them out and look at them. One of the greatest albums of all time, a nice clean copy of Kiss Dynasty from 1979, one of my favorites. I'm going to move a little quickly through these. There's quite a few in this one box, and it's heavy. Here's the Elder, 1981. Great album, underrated album from my favorite band of all time. There's the Gatefold. When the Earth was young, they were already old. Love this album from start to finish. Good copy of it. This is the album that I probably have the most copies of, just because every time I see one used or at a rummage sale or people give them to me, I seem to run across Kiss Alive a lot. This is a nice, beautiful copy. You can see the little sticker on there from a record store. I think it was $3. $3, something like that. Great album. This is one of the greatest records ever recorded. Kiss Rock and Roll Over, 1976. Another one of my favorites. I keep them in these, I bought these old plastic sleeves a long time ago. I don't know how good they are, but they're better than not having one at all. This is not a signed copy, but it's a great copy nonetheless. What do we have here? One of the cooler album cover ideas of all time, one of my favorites, is Double Platinum. Look at the shine on that baby. Beautiful, and even after a while you get that record ring around there. I like that worn look on albums when they start to get a little aged. And this is the cool metallic inside that I used to stare at forever when I was a kid, almost like a mirror. Very cool stuff. Next up, these are great, and I've only got 2 of these, I think. This is a Gene Simmons solo album, but it's the picture disc with the picture right on the record itself. These are not that easy to come by anymore, and if you do find one, they're usually pretty expensive, but I've had this one for a long time. Should have brought that one to have Gene sign. This is another cool one. This is the best of the solo albums. Very cool. They made selections, 3 songs from each album, and put out a record. This, of course, is the Euro version with the alternate Kiss logo. It's got the pictures on the back. Next up, this is just a record flat I see in here. This one goes back a long time to, I think, 1992. It's for Tough. What Comes Around Goes Around. One of my favorite glam rock bands that kind of fell through the cracks back then, right before the grunge era took over. This is really cool stuff. They used to hang these up in record stores all the time. This is the back. I think Stevie sent me a bunch of these way back when. That's awesome. Next album up, the greatest solo album in my opinion, and another $6.39 copy that I found in a store, still in the plastic, though I believe it's opened on the side. Paul Stanley's solo album from 1978. Song for song, the best solo album easily. Ace had a great album, an incredible album, the best of his career, but I got to put Paul's on top of that. Here's a nice, beautiful copy of my favorite record of all time, Kiss Unmasked. Nice dark colors still in this cover. It's great. It's open on the side. Yep, I can see the poster is still in there. See what the inside, no, the inside jacket is just black. But here it is, Kiss Unmasked, my favorite album ever from 1980. Up next, no, I was wrong. That's not my favorite album of all time. This is Kiss Unmasked, again, from 1980. This one, again, not signed. I do think I have a signed one somewhere. Love this album. Again, sealed, but slid it open on the side because I open everything. Here's the one album that eluded us in a small town of Crystal Falls back in the day. This is Kiss Killers. This was a European release. Was recently put out as a wonderful picture disc or a pink vinyl or something like that. Way out of my price range, but this again is the alternate logo for being in Europe. Great vinyl. I believe that's 1981. Oh, geez. Another pristine, beautiful, albeit cut-cornered copy of Double Platinum, almost like a mirror. Another one of those double album sets where every time I see one, I just have to buy it because I love it. Well, this is another one too. This is blowing me away. Double Platinum, yet another one. I can't get rid of a Double Platinum album. I was going through these to see which ones I was taking and which ones I was leaving. That one stayed in there. And this is just a Kiss folder, nice school folder. And it's full of, I think I just turned my oven on. No, it's full of great stuff like autographed Vince Neil. Vince autographed that for me at the Checkered Flag. There's the backstage pass from that show. Here's a great Ted Nugent photo that he signed for me. It says Rock On Ponch, I think, on it. I think that's what he said. Guitar pick on there. These are from Pine Mountain when he was in town, backstage pass. Here's a great photo that I took in Detroit, May 25th of 2000. Front row, beautiful. I believe they were playing Heaven's on Fire there. You can see Paul's guitar pick. I got that during this song. He tossed that out and I got it. And I have to thank Lenita Erickson again for getting me the VIP access for that show. Here's a photo of Lando Calrissian from the Empire Strikes Back, and there in the inset there you can see myself and Lando sitting at a table at Star Wars Celebration 3 in Indianapolis, Indiana back in 2005. Very cool photo. He's got it autographed at the bottom. Pretty cool. I waited in line almost 3 hours for that photo. This is also from the Celebration. That's Greedo, and that's the guy who was inside the Greedo suit in the inset there with me at Star Wars. He saw my tattoo on my leg as I was walking by and invited me over for a free photo. Usually those are like 25 bucks. And he autographed the photo for me. It says, "Great tattoo, Steve, Greedo," and then his name on the bottom. Very cool. Another Star Wars autograph. This is from the same Celebration. That's Admiral Motti from Star Wars, the original, the guy that Darth Vader gave a nice force choke to. Nearly killed him at the table, but he let him live. He autographed it, and he wrote, "Steve, don't make my mistake." And he signed the photo, and there's the picture of me with him at his table. Pretty cool. This is another Star Wars photo from that. It's a young Boba Fett from the Star Wars Celebration. There's a picture of me with Logan right there. And he signed Steve. What does he say? Oh, Logan. No. "Watch out," he wrote on there. Then wrote his name. Very cool stuff. And here's one of my favorites and one of my prized photos from this convention. Mr. Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca. Legend. He now passed away. There's a picture of me with him. Very cool. His beautiful signature on this photo. I love that. It's one of my favorites. This one's great and has an interesting story. This is the Village People, an autographed photo. Not the current lineup of the Village People that's out there now, but this lineup. And the guy right there, the Native American, Felipe Rose, got to know him a little bit with a phone interview and a couple of phone conversations after that. My funny story about this band is I bought tickets to see the Village People at the Island Resort and Casino. I was the first one to get on the phone and buy tickets. I bought first row, front row, right on the aisle where I always want to be. But I made a mistake in my mind of where or what time the concert was starting. I thought most times they do 2 shows, and I thought I bought tickets for the late show. I show up for the concert, and the show was over. They were only doing 1 show. That's what I had tickets for, but I neglected to look at the ticket. So always look at your ticket. As I straighten these out here a little bit, I can do that later. All right, what's up next in here? Here's some sheet music for Kiss, their worldwide hit, "I Was Made for Loving You." This is from back in 1979. You can see the sheet music in there. Pretty cool. This is also sheet music, a songbook for Kiss, "Rock and Roll Over." Had this forever. I don't even remember where I got this. I think I bought it for the great pictures in the beginning. Very cool book. What is up next here? This is always some weird stuff. Here's my first customized, personalized license plate I ever had made. For Kiss Rock and Roll Over, I thought everybody would know it. Too bad every time someone saw it, they said, "Oh, I hope you don't ever run someone over," and then your license plate says "Run or Over" on it. I love that plate. One of my favorite Kiss magazines right there. From back in the old days. There's such great stuff in these old magazines. I miss those days. See that? There's a Peter Criss poster. Well, here's a pack of photos that I got from my friend Brad out there in Phoenix. Look at the autographs on those. The set of all 4 band members are in here. Very cool. All right, what do we have here? Digging out some junk. There's a picture I took of CC DeVille at the Kewadin Casino. I was at that show with Kevin Richtig. I got CC's pick, but we were very close. I set my beer right on the stage at CC's feet for that one. Here's a picture of myself with Jeff Christian a good friend I grew up with in Crystal Falls. And in the middle there, you'll see Warren DeMartini from Rat and our backstage pass from a show down at the Checkered Flag in Appleton. Here is the novelization of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. A beautiful cassette of Ace's solo album. This is like Christmas morning. This is a photo I took of Gene Simmons on stage. And you can see it's autographed on the bottom. It says, "To Steve, Gene Simmons." I sent this photo to Lenita Erickson, and she was friends with Gene, and she handed it to him, and he signed it for me. Wasn't that nice of her, and very nice of him? Nice Gene autographed photo right there. A Live Trickster CD. A still sealed Kiss Sonic Boom CD. My bedazzled Ace Frehley guitar strap. More records. One more pile of records. We're going to go through them quick. There's Kiss Alive, another beautiful copy. There's a good one right there. Ted Nugent autographed in Iron Mountain. Scream Dream. What a cool album cover. It's on the back of that one. There you go. I think Ted's best album cover was Weekend Warriors. Here's a picture of that, autographed by Ted, of course. Great stuff, belongs in the box. One of my favorite bands of all time, Steve-O and I love us some Commodores. And here's a nice pristine vinyl copy of their self-titled album. This one is a little bit of a mystery to me. I bought it when I first got on eBay, I think in the mid-90s. It's one of the great records of all time, Motley Crue. And an original Too Fast for Love vinyl, and on the back you'll see it's signed by all four members of the band, but you never know if you're getting an autograph. There was no photo of them signing it or anything, and I haven't really gone through the trouble of matching up the signatures. They're supposedly signed back in 1984, so I don't know what their signatures looked like then, but maybe you can compare them and tell me if I got fakes or if they were kind of excited about signing autographs back then and they took their time with them. Very cool either way. I like to think it's signed. Too Fast for Love, great album. This is still in the paper bag. It's Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor. Fantastic album. Here's another picture disc of Peter Criss. Amazing. I love that album. It's underrated. A lot of Kiss fans just hate it. Here is this is a gatefold Kiss Creatures of the Night. I believe it's a glow-in-the-dark vinyl in there for that one. Cool stuff. On to another signed album. This is Frehley's Comet, an album I was extremely excited about when it came out. You can see Ace's signature on there. I believe he signed it for me back in... Oh no, this is the one Steve Conley got signed for me down in Green Bay. Very cool stuff, and thank you again, Stephen Conley. This is beautiful. It's a purple vinyl of one of my favorite albums of all time. Pretty Boy Floyd, Leather Boys with Electric Toys. You can see it's signed by the singer Steve Summers right there. He says, "Thanks for rocking and shocking for almost 25 years, Steve Summers." Very cool, one of my favorite albums. Purple vinyl, very cool. This one is from a guy that I can't say enough about. He's an amazing, incredible guitar player, songwriter, singer, and now he's Ace Frehley's rhythm guitarist. Ryan Cook, and the band that brought him to my attention, Hair of the Dog, Big Bones. This is their greatest hits. It's a double slab of their stuff with cool pictures on the inside. Ryan sent this to me. It was such a great gesture, and I can't thank you enough for that. Amazing, amazing record right there, Hair of the Dog. This is one of the holy grails of Kiss vinyls, the originals. They put out all three of the first albums in one fantastic collection with a little book and some cards and stuff inside of it. Here's another very good, albeit cut corner copy of Gene Simmons' solo album, 1978. Another Peter Criss solo album. I can't get enough of it. And speaking of can't get enough of it, another Kiss Unmasked. We're almost through with this pile. Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, their second album, 1974. 2 albums a year back then. I dare any band to do that now. Now, Tom Kiefer still out there rocking and rolling. This is the Cinderella album called Still Climbing. And I met them a couple times over the years, but this time was at a media play, I believe, in Appleton, Wisconsin. And this is a very cool vinyl indeed. He signed that for me there. This is a 3-pack right here, 3-banger. 3 Bay City Rollers albums. Rock and Roll Love Letter, Dedication, and apparently a self-titled album. Cool stuff. I love the Bay City Rollers. I love all things 70s pop culture, and they're definitely part of that. Here is my purple copy of Tough. What Comes Around Goes Around. Man, what an incredible album from 1991, I believe. And it's just an amazing album. 10 great songs. You just can't beat this album. Look it up, find it, listen to it. And this vinyl's cool. Got that one from Stevie Rochelle. Thank you so much for that. Here's a beautiful copy of Kiss Dressed to Kill, one of the greatest records of all time, although it's only about 23 minutes in length. I almost always open my records, but I didn't open this one. The Kiss Destroyer 45th anniversary double LP set of Destroyer. Got it at Walmart. It's beautiful, and I just like the way it looks in the package, so I kept it in there. This one, back in 2018, it's another Kiss Killers, signed by Ace. You can see it right there. He always has the coolest signatures, and tucked away behind that, in the same package, is my autographed Rock and Roll Over from Ace. You can see his signature right there. Those were both done on the same day. I have to thank John Astronomy, Ace's manager, for setting all that up for me and getting on Ace's bus and spend a few minutes with the guy after a show. Just unbelievable. Here is another album with a weird photo put inside of it. It's me with Ace Frehley back in May of 2000, and an Ace Frehley guitar pick right there. I'm going to have to take that off there and put it in my pick folder. But that was in Detroit. Thanks again to Lenita Erickson. Here's another Kiss Alive 2. I know this video is getting long. It's my very first one, and I have to learn brevity, I guess. What is this over here? This is one of those, I think an interview disc or something like that, a 45 size disc. Hoots will like this. It's a nice Dr. J. Julius Erving basketball card. I love Kiss Animalize, great album. Kiss Crazy Nights, another great vinyl. Love it. 80s Kiss is great. There's Kiss Asylum, my favorite non-makeup album from Kiss. This one is totally sealed, never been opened. I like that too. Here we go with Ace Frehley's Comet, Live +1, Words Are Not Enough, a great studio song found on this live album. Love it. Great stuff. And here's another special price, Peter Criss. Alternate logo version of his solo album from 1978. And another copy of The Elder from 81. Getting to the bottom of the box. Here's Paul Stanley's solo album again, 1978. What is this stuff over here? Roadhead stickers. Cool. Old Kiss trading cards. Beautiful. There's a few of those in there. More than I thought I had. Let's get those out real quick. Great Gene one. Fantastic. Ace card. Gene. Great one. Another great Gene one. Love this one. Great Ace card. The classic Black Beauty photo. And Peter Criss. Those are cool. I'm going to have to keep those handy. I don't turn the oven on and set everything on fire. Here's another great copy. Kiss Destroyer, 1976. Another copy of the originals. Promise we're almost at the bottom. Here's an old wrapper from the original Kiss trading cards. More of these. Love them. Bang, whole band. Great photo of Paul from, looks like 78. Another Paul. Great group shot. Paul again. Looks like maybe Kiss Meets the Phantom or something. There's Peter with the cats that he was terrified of. I'm telling you, I'm getting to the bottom. There's another Love Gun. Another Kiss Alive. I bet you're surprised. This album's great. This is a 2-pack. There you go. Bang. Leif Garrett. Good stuff from the 70s. There's one for Steve-O. And there's another one. There you go, another Leif Garrett album. Cool stuff. Icon of the 70s. Another cool album of the Commodores. What is this one called? Anthology. A 2-record set of the Commodores. What's the gatefold like? Some cool photos. Almost done. Here's Kiss Crazy Nights on a picture disc. Love it. Another band from the 70s that I love. We talked about them a bit earlier. Live and Sleazy. Village People. Love those guys. A beautiful, my original copy of Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil vinyl. There's dust on this, but the record itself, perfect condition. This is a great one. Back in 1997, I was with Jeff Christian. He was up for the summer, and we were at Norway's Summerfest, I think they called it. And Night Ranger was playing. We pulled into the backstage area. All 5 members of Night Ranger, original members, standing outside, not really doing anything. So I just approached them with my record, and every one of them signed it for me. Midnight Madness, one of my favorite records of all time in my formative years. This one got signed by the entire band. Love it. That was just a great night of music. Here's another Rock and Roll Over with another sticker right there inside. Almost done. Here's a weird Kiss vinyl that I bought at the record rack in Escanaba, I think in 88, 87, 88, something like that. Very cool. What was the price on that? $8.95. Hey look, it's another Best of the Solo albums. Special price. I don't remember what the price was. I don't remember where I got it. Hey, another Rock and Roll Over. Almost at the bottom. Another Gene solo album. Oh, beautiful. Another Paul Stanley 1978 solo album. I do have a signed copy somewhere where he signed in black right across his face there, but I don't think it's in here. This is my Ace Frehley picture disc. Picture right on the vinyl. Cool stuff. The 78 solo album. One of the greatest records ever recorded. And I'm down to the final 2. Here's a picture disc of E.T., the soundtrack. Check that out. How pretty is that? I should put that in some sort of protective cover. And the final album, maybe this is a little anticlimactic, but it's the Miami Vice picture disc. What's on the back here? Jan Hammer and Glenn Frey. Rest in peace, Glenn Frey. I don't know if Jan Hammer is still alive. But there's the Miami Vice cover. So that's it. That's one box of stuff. Now I got to put it all back in and repack it just like when I was at home. But that's it for this video. Maybe I'll do some more of these. Shannon's gone for the week, so I was a little bored, so I thought I'd give you a peek into some of the junk that I have. I think I just turned the oven on, and that's my cue to turn this off. Talk to you soon.